Now, their support of this event, it will increase awareness of wheelchair basketball through legacy programs for wheelchair athletes and school-age youth. Now, as a sport partner, the Canadian Paralympic Committee's vision is for Canada to be the world's leading Paralympic nation. Their sponsorship of this event will help enable Canada's Paralympic athletes to reach the podium in Rio 2016, just 2 years away and beyond. And in doing so, will inspire all Canadians to get involved in sport. And of course, can't forget Quickie, another big sponsor of this event. And as you referred to earlier today, how they've been doing with the school program that, the World Championships has sort of undertaken.
Yeah, Sunrise Medical and Quickie, huge supporter of this event. They're providing the Player of the Game awards for each game, and also the sport wheelchairs for the school program. And it's had a huge impact on school kids all around Ontario leading up to this event, and will be a legacy left after as well.
Absolutely. Now, before we get underway, we'll take a look at some of these starters for today's matchup. For Brazil, it'll be Monica Fernanda de la Estrada de Santos Silva. These Brazilians, they got some super long names. I must admit, Perla Sassoon will also start, as well as Jessica Santana, Kisa Vieira, and Cynthia Maria Calvallo will wrap up Brazil's starters. And for China, it will be Hai Jian Chung, Yang Qin Fu, Mingju Zhen, Yang Wei Li, as well as Yang Long will be starting on the court for China, as we are just about ready for opening tip. Once again, Ryan McKenna and Marnie Abbott Peter. Be sure to follow along. Hashtag 2014 WC Basketball, or tweet us at WCB Ball Canada. And we are underway. China takes the opening tip. And we are ready to go. China, Brazil. China in the white, Brazil in the yellow. And China will get things started offensively. It'll be Hai Jian Chung. Very early press indeed, Marnie, as they're looking to get a turnover early on. The shot, and nice shot indeed from Brazil's De Silva Santana.
Both teams look very energetic and ready to play. Looks like their shooting focus is on, so should be a great game, Ryan.
Hey, we are ready. Glad to see that they are as well. The shot right there, can't get it to drop. Rebounded by Brazil, and back they come the other way.
Asansoon getting out early for Brazil on the break and not letting China get set up on their press.
That pass going out of bounds. Now, China's last game was yesterday, a day 4 matchup against Great Britain. That was a really close game. I believe it was one of the earlier games in the day. They ended up losing 64-47, but a good test for the Chinese squad, who finished the London 2012 tournament by defeating Canada and finished with the number 5 rank.
Yeah, yesterday number 7 Fu for China got in foul trouble. 3 fouls in the first quarter and then fouled out within the first minute of the second half, and that had a big impact on the game.
And even after that, she still ended up being the leading scorer for the Chinese squad, finishing with 12 points and 8 rebounds. So despite the early exit, you can see how much of an offensive impact she is. Turnover here by Brazil.
Nice hustle there by Asansoon to track that ball down, but unfortunately, that's a very interesting call right there. The Brazilian player just pivoted and knocked the Chinese player over, and unfortunately they're calling her for a violation.
I assume by your reaction that we don't see that very often.
Bit of a no call. The coach is not happy about that either. That's number 14 Long, who we're looking at as our Rick Hansen difference maker today for China.
Asansoon working around the outside is Brazil. Santana back the other way. Inside. Can't get it to go, and China's back the other way.
Yeah, Carvalho just couldn't handle that pass inside.
Nice pass. The layup attempt is good. Nice shot there by number 13 on China. It's Yamali.
China doing a great job in transition, getting out early and beating the Brazil defense back. There's the big post player, Fu, causing a turnover.
Great play indeed by Fu. Keeping it in and putting some pressure on the Brazilian defense early on. Brazil setting up their offense, but shot clock, there's 8 on the shot clock. Trying to find somebody open. She'll just toss it up inside, and shot clock runs out.
Tough shot for Class 1 Carvalho to get a shot off underneath the basket with a bigger Chinese player right behind her.
And we're going to get a timeout here, as I believe it's going to be China that will call the timeout. With 7:04 remaining in the first quarter play, China has the lead 6-2.
So China here just talking a little bit about what they're going to do against that Brazilian offense and making sure that they're getting on the chairs in the press so they're not leaking out and getting those fast break layups.
Well, we have a moment here. We'll take a quick thank you to the Sport That Moves You official partners of the 2014 Women's World Wheelchair Basketball Tournament, Variety Village, Toshiba, as well as the City of Toronto, which is the host city for this event, and their showcase program of Play On, Parasport, and the Toronto 2015 Para-Pan Am and the Pan Am Games taking place next year here in Toronto, which should be a lot of fun. Marnie, I hope you're back. Maybe we could broadcast together again next year?
That would be super fun, yeah, that would be great.
Absolutely. This tournament just showing what the Mattamy Athletic Center can offer. Great location right in the thick of the heart of downtown, and extremely convenient location for me, as I do not live very far from here.
Certainly a great setup for the athletes as well, with the hotel just across the street within wheeling distance. Not having to worry about transportation to and from the facility is a big benefit for athletes here.
And I guess that's why we have test events like this one ahead of the Para-Pan Am Games. Shot. Good. Nice shot right there by Fu.
A great entry pass there by Long, creating a good angle to get the ball into her post player on the low block. Brazil regrouping a little bit on their press break.
They got to get over. And a foul. This one's going to go against China's number 13, Yewali. And it'll be Brazil ball here along the sidelines.
I think this is the same squad China saw yesterday, so they're going to have to be careful not to get into foul trouble early here.
Nice shot right there. It is a Sun with the bucket. 8-4 China lead with 6:20 remaining in the first quarter of play. China posting up for the shot. Can't get it to drop. And it will be number 13, Carvalho, who will set it back up, give it to Sun, and Brazil will set up their offense. 14 on the shot clock. We got a foul. This one, another foul going against Lee. And like you mentioned, Marnie, fouls may come into play here.
Yeah, Lee, a key player in this Chinese lineup, and with her point value, it's going to be significant if she gets in foul trouble and they have to change their lineup.
That's her second personal, second team foul here, and we're only not even 5 minutes into the first quarter. Shot, and a beautiful one it was right there by Brazil's number 6, and Santana. China looking to get something set up here. Lee, down low, they go to Fu. It's a good pass.
Wow, great job by Carvalho on the big post player for China there to alter her shot and then tip the rebound to one of her teammates.
Carvalho, hand it back. Brazil moving around the outside. They have 5 on the shot clock. They're going to need a shot off. Can they get it off? Just right at the buzzer. And China playing some great defense early on and really forcing that shot clock to dwindle down for the Brazilian squad.
China in transition again, getting out early on the break and getting that layup opportunity to draw the foul.
Zhu gets fouled there, and she will go to the line.
China's looking to sub here. I'm not sure if they'll be taking 13 out to avoid getting her in foul trouble again.
Yeah, it will be Lee who will sub out of the game. As we got
Long
at the line, shooting a pair. Misses her first. And she misses her second, so 0 for 2 from the line there is Long. Not a very productive right there, and it's a very close game. Only an 8-6 China lead here with 4:38 to go in the first quarter.
Carvalho doing a great job for Brazil in this press break, tracking down some difficult passes.
She has certainly been a big bright spot so far in this game. It's Asasun. And another shot clock violation. That's their second, Marnie, in the first quarter of play.
China's press really getting the job done here and not allowing Brazil to get any kind of look at the basket.
Now China will have to try to put up some offense. Very defensive game so far. The shot, no good. Rebounded by number 6 on Brazil. It is Santana. Asensun. She'll get it over half. Asensun losing the handle of the ball, but she picks it back up again. Was being heavily defended by Long. The shot, as the shot clock runs out, no good.
It's a tough shot for number 10. Santos over the tall Fu.
Fu, easy look, and an easy bucket for her, extending that lead to 4 here for the Chinese squad.
Brazil's really going to have to look to stop the threats on China and make sure they're covering off those big post players.
Ooh, not a great pass right there by Brazil's number 9, Asensun. She was looking for someone deep down, but that full court press, like you mentioned, Marnie, it's getting to be a little bit difficult for Brazil. They're having some trouble trying to figure it out.
They're a little frustrated. They might have to make a few adjustments in order to break through that Chinese defense.
What adjustments, as a coach yourself back home in British Columbia, would you make to try to counter a full court press like that?
I think what they need to do is send one other player deep so they have a second option over center. And Carvalho's doing a great job, but it's tough as a Class 1 to get open and stay open and be able to track down those long passes and make that catch. A lot of the Chinese players who are taller are fronting her, making it even more difficult for them to get the ball to her. Haijian
Chung thought she might have been shooting a pair, but it'll end up being Chinese ball at the baseline. Chung, 10 on the shot clock. Trying to go down low to Fu. She will. Nice shot by Fu.
Fu very solid in the low block, and a great little screen and pick there by number 14 Long to allow her to get open and take that shot on the baseline.
Can easily tell what China's game plan is here. Get it down low to Fu.
China's playing with some real emotion here. We don't usually see this from the Chinese team, but they're pretty excited and they've got some energy here coming out in the first half.
Asensun. Oh, that's a layup that you got to make right there, and she just missed it.
Tough going full speed straight on at the basket to make those layups.
Good job by Asensun getting back on defense against Fu. The shot, and it's made right there by Chung.
China really sort of gapping Brazil here. I think the Brazilian coach is going to bring in a sub now to try and provide a spark for this team.
Yeah, a spark might be needed as Asensun loses the handle on it, and Brazil is getting a little bit frustrated here. Nice pass down low. Oh, but can't get the light to fall. Getting her own rebound right there is Dai. She'll give it to Fu, and Fu makes no mistake.
China out to a lead here, 16-6 now, and there's another steal by China.
A great steal. Fu lays it up.
The Brazilian coach still not looking for a timeout, which is a bit surprising.
Bit surprising indeed. You would think you'd try to stop the bleeding changed the momentum a little bit, but he's saving his timeouts. And an 8-second violation. How the tides have turned here from the opening 5 minutes. Very different game happening right now as China just with all the momentum.
Very aggressive in that press, causing turnovers and causing trouble for Brazil. China looking very strong here in the first quarter.
Especially in the last 5 minutes. 18 to 6 is the score. Shot, no good. And it's going to be a foul. This is going to go against number 11 on the Brazilian squad, Gaiso Rodriguez Vieira.
Dai doing a great job on the offensive rebounding for China.
That's her second personal foul. Vieira's. Inside. Fu. Yes. Feeding her all day long. That's her 12th point of the afternoon, and 12 of China's 20 points in this game.
Almeida in the game now for Brazil. We'll see if she can help break this press and give the Brazilians a chance to score at the end of the first quarter here.
Under a minute left now in the first quarter of play, and finally Brazil is in the offensive zone for what seems like the first time in at least 2-3 minutes. Nice shot right there. As she gets it to fall, that's number 15, my apologies, in Almeida. The big component yesterday for Brazil, 12.6 rebounds against Japan. Back on the court and making a difference. Offensive rebound as China keeps it. It's Chung. Down low. Shot clock is killed, and a nice shot by China's Mingju Deng. Under 10 seconds left now. Brazil trying to get a final shot off. They'll hand it to Asun soon. 3 seconds left. They're going to need to get a shot off. I don't know if she realizes that the clock was running out. Maybe a little bit better communication is needed on the Brazil side of things.
Yeah, she's telling her teammates that right now. Unfortunately, China's getting a lot of second chance opportunity by dominating the offensive boards here and really making an impact in the first quarter.
That's a very frustrating first quarter of play, especially the last 5 minutes or so for Brazil. Just China full court pressing. They are getting the offensive rebounds. They're getting the turnovers. And, if you're Brazil right now, do you think you maybe should have called the timeout a little bit earlier and tried to discuss that?
I think he did call one timeout there, but unfortunately the team wasn't able to make the adjustments, so maybe just trying to do it on the fly.
Five turnovers, Marty, for Brazil in that first quarter of play. As I'll let you take a look at the stats, and I'll give some of our Sport That Moves You official partners of the tournament. The Hershey Company is one, Adept Display, as well as True Sport. You can visit them online at www.truesport.ca.
Fu really leading the way for China with 12 points and 2 rebounds. So China with 3 offensive boards and scoring on those second chance opportunities has really hurt Brazil here in the first quarter.
Absolutely, and I mean, the score is really telling the difference, but for the first 5 minutes it was back and forth. They go a lot of high energy, and like you mentioned as well, Marty, it is a very high intensity that China is really bringing to this game. Looking to secure a spot in Thursday's quarterfinals, and a win certainly wouldn't hurt them, and if anything would help them in their positioning and who their opponent will be on Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, that'll make a big difference going forward for them for sure. And China on a 14-0 run here against Brazil in the first quarter to really gap the lead.
Now, I'm very curious. I'm sure you got a chance to watch China at the 2012 Paralympics in London. Has there been much turnover from their team since the 2012 games?
Their team is actually really quite similar. I think they've been working together quite a bit since those games. They've improved significantly, changed a little bit of their tactical play. Certainly a team that is on the rise and definitely improving each time out, every time we see them here in international play.
Nice shot right there from Almeida, and we'll look to see if she has found her hot spot as the second quarter gets underway from the Mattamy Athletic Center at the Gardens. Ryan McKenna and Marty bringing you all the action. Abbott Peter.
Long in a little bit of trouble here, but gets a good pass off there.
Foul that's going to go against Brazil's number 14, Kokler, and it will be...
I think they gave that to 13, Carvalho, actually. Looks like, and that'll be her first personal foul.
Interesting. My apologies on that one. I thought for sure that was Kokler in on that one. But
China's having a hard time from the line, not really hitting their foul shots early here. 0 for 3 right now from the free throw line.
Mingju Deng, she misses both of her attempts, and now they're 0 for 4 from the line to start off this matchup. Asensun, clear lane, the shot, and she makes no mistake.
Big bank shot there. Rain on that ball. There was so much arc on it. Good job recognizing the opening, though, and taking advantage of it.
10-point lead here for China. They'll look to get it down low. Nice shot. Almost a hook shot right there from Yu. China doesn't have Fu on the court right now. They made that change at the end of the first quarter of play and still able to work it down low nonetheless. Hustling soon. Can't get it to drop. Defensive rebound by Zhu. Inside. Zhu loses the handle on it, trying to keep it in bounds. Good hustle right there. That was Deng that was able to keep it in. 2 on the shot clock. They need a shot. And nobody realizes the shot clock was running out. It's a shot clock violation. Been a ton of those so far in this game, Arnie.
Yeah, for sure. And Fu, the number 1 player for China, is on the bench now. And number 11, Zhu, is in the game and actually doing a really good job trying to wreak havoc on that Brazilian defense.
Is that just normally it's just a little bit of a lack of concentration or communication when it comes to the shot clock violations. Do you think that's the case in these matters today?
I think that the defense is just really causing the offense to... Oh, that's definitely not a foul. She had her hand on her wheel and was making a move to turn away, and unfortunately the ref from the USA didn't see it that way, but...
Interesting call indeed, because you're right. She did have a hand on her wheel, but nonetheless, it's going to be an offensive foul and a Chinese ball with 7:45 to go here in the second quarter of play. You're watching the 2014 Women's World Wheelchair Basketball Championship from Toronto, Canada on Sport Canada TV, as well as online at cbcsports.ca.
China with the turnover there. Good defense by Kokler to force the turnover down low.
China gets it over half, and Asensun will set up their offense. Shot. Not the greatest shot, as she seemed a little bit off balance. Right there was Almeida, and she misses. Zhu. We got a foul. This one's going to go against Brazil.
Yeah, this is the second foul for number 15, Almeida, and definitely this squad is seeing the contact in an interesting way out here this afternoon.
Second personal, 13th foul for Almeida as we're in the second quarter of play. Shot! No good. Fight for the ball, and it will be China coming out on top. Down low they go. Nice play there by Brazil. They looked as though they got a hand on that one.
That'll be a foul on number 15, Zhang there, reaching in on the Brazilian player.
Much like we saw to start off the game, the intensity of this one has sort of picked right back up again. Brazil coming out strong here in the second quarter of play, looking to make something work. They've Scored 4 points already and are outscoring China, at least in the quarter, 4-2.
China's pulled off their full court pressure, which has really taken the pressure off of Brazil and allowing them more time in the front court to try and get a decent shot.
But hey, I mean, if you are the head coach for China and Yan Han, Brazil has had some trouble with that full court press. So you can easily go back to that if need be at some point in this game.
Yeah, they just have to be careful with the foul trouble and making sure they're not putting players in jeopardy here in the full court press.
Soon thought about going right to the rim. We'll decide otherwise. Soon, 5 on the shot clock. Down low she goes. Almeida, my apologies. She is fouled, and Almeida will go to the line.
Will be on foul on number 11, Ting Ting Zhu. China again on that last play, breaking out really quickly in transition and getting a layup off of their transition play.
Almeida, perfect so far from the line in this tournament, 2 for 2. And I just jinxed it. I blew it.
I did the same thing earlier.
My apologies to Miss Almeida.
Funny.
2 for 3 now in the tournament. She'll get the second one to drop. Brazil closing that gap. They're down by 13.
Almeida coming in off the bench and really making a difference here in the second quarter for Brazil.
Almeida, a solid tournament so far in this one. She's third in team scoring, averaging 6.7 points per game and 12 rebounds so far in the tournament. So, cannot complain about that one.
Another turnover there for China, giving Brazil another possession here on offense.
As Soon will inbound the ball.
We're seeing Lee now coming to the table to check in for China.
Shot! Soon, she likes the looks of that one. Big smile on her face after that. .5:30 to go here in the second quarter of play. Shot! It's going to fall just short. It hits the rim, though, so the shot clock will be reset.
China with another offensive rebound and a second chance opportunity here.
Down low, Brazil's battling for the ball. They get a handle on it, and they will look to get it out. Nice pass down court. Almeida and Soon.
Less than 10 seconds on the shot clock here.
6. They need to get a shot. They're moving around, looking for an open one. Will she get it off? No. Third shot clock violation for the Brazilian squad.
Brazil's going to need a little help from their bench counting down that shot clock. They had a good opportunity there and they passed it up, but another shot clock violation there.
Their third of the game, and China will now call a timeout with 4:50 remaining in the second quarter of play. While we have a second, we'll take an opportunity to thank our Sport That Moves You official partners of the tournament, including the Courtyard by Marriott, which is the tournament hotel. Hop, skip, and a jump from here. The Rick Hansen Foundation, as well as their Planet Accessibility app, and as well as Tourism Toronto. Proud partner, sponsor of the 2014 Women's World Wheelchair Basketball Tournament going on here in Toronto, Canada. Also a reminder that you can interact with us here on the broadcast. Be sure to send your tweets in and mention at WCB Ball Canada. That's the official Twitter account of the 2014 Women's World Wheelchair Basketball Championships. Or you can hashtag 2014 WC Basketball. Are you on Twitter, Marty?
No, I'm not.
Marty.
I'm not a twit.
That's it's better than being a twat.
I have a hard time keeping up with Facebook, let alone that. So I know it's something that's a valuable tool in terms of communicating, but just don't seem to be able to find the time.
Hey, that's okay. That is A-okay. It's not for everybody, that Twitter. China. No basket. 3 in the key? Is that the call?
Yeah, that's a 3-second call. Lee back in the game for China. They're nailing that shot, but unfortunately they're not going to count it.
An 11-point lead here for China as Brazil slowly, they're slowly getting back into this game, but they still got a lot of work to do if they're going to overcome this Chinese squad who has built a decent lead. Asensun look down low to Almeida. Shot gets it to go.
Made a great job of teeing up and squaring up to the basket there to get that shot off. Closely guarded by the Chinese 15.
China, shot, money.
It didn't even look like it was above the rim. Long with the shot from the top of the circle there.
As we would say in baseball, a nice little line drive to the rim.
Definitely. China's back up on the press again, putting some pressure on Brazil.
Long may not have a whole lot of points so far in this game, but certainly making her impact felt right now. Brazil, shot. Asensun can't get the friendly bounce. Back the other way comes China. Defense coming back strong. Will they be able to get a shot off? Yes. It's no good, though. A little bit too strong on that one was Zhu.
Quick in transition, China getting out on the break there. Brazil's got to hurry up and get back on defense.
Asensun, oh! Good look right there by Asensun, and Almeida will pick it up. Full shot clock here. 18 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Almeida. She'll look to go cross court. Finds her man inside. Almeida. She's fouled and she can't get it to fall.
Right. Both.
.5 classification player. We're now going to get a timeout called by Brazil with 2:56 remaining in the first half of play. China ahead 28-17. We're going to take a quick second to thank some of our Sport That Moves You official partners for the tournament, including the Mattamy Athletic Center at the Gardens, home of the Ryerson Rams of the Ontario University Athletic, and as well as the Canadian Inter-University Sport. Beautiful facility that we have here at Ryerson. I'm very lucky to be a student here at the school and be able to use this beautiful facility on a daily basis. Other sponsors include Adidas, SportCanada.tv, as well as Coca-Cola Canada.
And China's looking now to bring back in their star, number 7, Fu. Their coach not really liking what he's seeing here. Brazil got a little bit of momentum here at the end of the second quarter and have closed the gap.
Fu is actually yet to play in the second quarter. She played the entire first quarter, all 10 minutes. 6 for 8 on the afternoon so far, shooting 75%, and has 12 points to lead her team, but she has yet to see any court time here in the second quarter, but she'll get a chance here now. As we get some discussion between the Brazilian head coach. 2 timeouts remaining for him, says the referee, and nice shot there by Almeida, sinks the first one. And Brazil's going to retain possession here.
Yeah, Almeida did a good job of tipping it off the Chinese players.
Going to get another sub here as coming in for China. It's going to be Hai Jiancheng, a starter for them, so she's back on the court. Chen also hasn't played here in the second quarter of play. She's been perfect so far from the field. 4 points on the afternoon. Asensun will inbound it in to her teammate Kokler. Moves around the outside. Oh, and an interception here. Coming back the other way, it's China's number 10, and she is fouled this day.
Asensun's going to get a foul there. Unfortunately, she just hit her wheel. They're both racing full speed, and she turned into the offensive player a little bit to pick up her first personal foul.
First personal fourth team foul here on Brazil. Inside they go. They're not going to count the bucket. It was not a shooting foul, but it will be Fu who will go to line and shoot a pair.
That's a foul on number 7, Costa, her first personal.
Fu's performance really so far in this tournament, Marnie, has been outstanding. She's averaged 16.3 points per game. She's been great defensively as well. 32 defensive rebounds, total 38 in the tournament. And she had a great game yesterday against Great Britain, 12 points in that matchup and 8 rebounds. So a very bright spot for this Chinese squad at the 2014 World Champs.
Yeah, and those 12 points came in only a few minutes of play because she did foul out very early in the second half. So if she had stayed in the game, that might have been a different result.
Nice play by Almeida, getting to the rim, the shot, and she gets it a fall. That's a great drive to the rim right there by Almeida.
Yeah, and she's recognizing the mismatch. She had the shorter Class 1 long on her, and so she has the advantage in height and balance and went straight to the hoop and scored.
It's Fu. She'll post up, shot, and get some love from the backboard.
China extending their lead a little bit here again and up on the press, full court, trying to shut Brazil down.
Nice job by Brazil to get it over. It's Carvalho who will give it and hand it off to Almeida. Trying to find somebody open. There's 8 on the shot clock. Brazil looking to get a shot off. They're going to need to get one in 3 seconds on the shot clock. Will they get one? Just at the shot clock, but it doesn't go.
Yeah, Almeida does a good job of squaring up to the basket and getting a decent look even with the shot clock ticking down.
And that was a tough shot by her as well. Fu again. How about the play of Youngchun Fu?
Just great chair skills to get out in transition there and get that opportunity.
Brazil will just lob it over, and that's probably their best bet. Or that seems to be what's working for them, as it's Asansoon who will lay it in.
Asansoon's playing very well here, really pushing her chair, just busted out with sheer speed on the break there to create that fast break opportunity for herself.
I don't think it's far-fetched to say this is definitely one of her better games of the tournament, and part of the reason why her team is still in it against number 5 ranked China. Shot right there. Another low line drive shot. As Brazil will get it back the other way, and it's going to be a foul. This one's going to go against China's Young Long.
This official is really seeing the contact in an interesting way here this afternoon.
Certainly not afraid to call anything, it seems, Marnie.
So it'll be Brazil ball with 18 seconds on the shot clock here.
$20 on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock. Almeida, a tough shot. Can't make it. Rebound right there by Fu. Shot clock is killed. 10 seconds remaining on the game clock before the end of the first half. Trying to force a turnover there is Almeida. She gets it. Brazil, they're going to need to get a shot off. Who's going to take it? Is anybody? No, nobody will get a shot off. Thank you very much, Adrian. And of course, welcome back for second half action from the Mattamy Athletics Center at the Gardens, Toronto, Canada. And thanks for watching on either Sports Canada TV or online at cbcsports.ca. Marty Abbott-Peter, along with myself, Ryan McKenna. And Marty, take a quick look at the first half stats. China with a 12-point lead after 20 minutes.
Right, so for China, Fu has been huge, scoring 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 for 2 from the line, really making an impact in only 12 minutes of play. And as well, our difference maker, our Rick Hansen difference maker of the game, Yun Long, who has played the entire time, scoring 4 points, but with 5 assists and 2 rebounds to add to that as well. But the things that don't show on the stats she does so well are all the picks and seals and crosses that create those opportunities for Fu to be scoring. China right now is struggling a little bit from the foul line, only 2 for 6 from the free throw line, so they're going to want to improve on that in the second half. Brazil, great play from Asan Soon. She's been feisty with great energy, scoring 8 points, 4 assists, a few rebounds, really working hard in that press break and trying to keep her team on track and in the game. And Almeida off the bench, another one of our Rick Hansen difference makers here, came in second quarter with scoring 10 points, shooting 2 for 4 from the line, and really helping her team stay in this game.
Absolutely, and before we get back to the action, we'll thank a few of our premier sponsors of the sport that moves you, sport partners at the province of Ontario. They're pleased to support an event that removes barriers to exceptional athleticism and promotes the realization of personal goals and dreams. The Ontario is the birthplace of the sport of basketball's inventor James Naismith, and his pioneering spirit is thrilled to sponsor this women's championship that for the first time features 12 teams and some great competition it has been so far. The Sport Canada hosting program fosters an inclusive sport system that promotes physical activity, sport participation, athletic success, and active living, a whole bunch of great stuff. Sport Canada is proud to support Canada's wheelchair basketball athletes from playground to podium in the pursuit of sporting excellence. Just about ready to get underway for the second half, and as you sort of mentioned there, Marty, some great play by China, and it's the little things that they're doing really well. The picks, the defensive plays, and also their full court press has been something else that Brazil has had a really tough time to actually manage with.
Yeah, Brazil was 7 turnovers in the first half, and that's a credit to the China defense. They took their pressure off for a while in the second quarter there, and that's when Brazil kind of got back in the game. So Fu came back in later in the second quarter, and they applied that pressure again, and Brazil was definitely struggling with it. So we'll see if they can make some adjustments on their press break here in the second half.
Brazil will be the ones inbounding the ball to start off the third quarter of play. And we are underway. I believe Brazil's going the wrong way.
No, Brazil was shooting at this end in the first half, and they should be going that other way. I'm not sure what the official's telling them here. It's China ball, and Brazil should be on defense. This is what the problem is.
Confusing me over here.
Yeah. So a few things to look for here in the second half. Lee with 3 fouls that could impact China a little bit. And for the Brazilian team, Almeida has 2 fouls. Not really a concern at this point.
That pass right there sort of goes off the face, I believe, of Jiameng Dai. A little bit surprised maybe, and she couldn't get a handle on the ball.
Yeah, so Brazil with a chance here to start off the second half. It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. This is Marty's 4th game of the day. You are a trooper.
Yeah, I'll be happy to sit on the sidelines and watch and cheer Canada on later for the next game.
Yeah, we've still got 2 more games remaining here on day 5, the final day of round-robin play from the 2014 World Championships. There's Canada and Great Britain. We'll take about an hour break, and then that game will take place at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, and then at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, it'll be another great matchup in Australia and the Netherlands. That'll be a big matchup standings-wise.
Yeah, and that'll determine first place in their pool.
All on Sport Leadership Day here at the Mattamy Athletic Center at the Gardens, home of the Ryerson Rams.
This is a tough call here. That's the 3rd foul on Almeida. That could impact Brazil here early in the second half.
Certainly picks up a lot of fouls, does Almeida, and as you mentioned, that's her 3rd personal, and that'll be the first team foul early in the third quarter. Nice shot right there by China as they get it to drop.
Yeah, Fu getting right to the middle of the key there, an easy post-up shot for her.
Brazil's just lobbing it to the other side of the court, and maybe not the most technically sound way to do things, but it seems to be working for them.
Yeah, it's an effective way to break the press if you can pass it over top of a lot of the defenders, and throwing it long like that, you're passing it over 4 of the Chinese defenders.
Shot clock running down, and that's been a common problem for Brazil so far in this game. They've had 3 shot clock violations so far in this game. And on top of that, they've just had a lot of trouble actually getting the ball off in time.
Yeah, China's going to look to be a little bit more aggressive defensively here and shut Brazil down if they can. They're actually pressing in transition now.
Brazil having none of it as it's Almeida setting the offense up. 8 on the shot clock. And we got a foul. This one's going to go against China's number 4. It's going to be Hai-Jen Chung with the team's first team foul, and that will be her first personal.
So Brazil's ball on the end line with 14 seconds on the shot clock. China's looking to get a sub in now.
And nice shot right there.
Paula Kokler with a shot from outside. Great shot there to keep Brazil.
Brazil's still in this one. They might trail by 14 right now, but they haven't gone away. That much is for sure.
Just keeping that momentum and that energy up for Brazil will help them stay in this game here early in the second half.
If they can keep that energy and momentum going for a full 40 minutes, they might be okay.
Fu with another bucket there for China. Now fronting Almeida deep in the backcourt.
Brazil's going to need to get it over. Just barely do they do. And this full court press by China has been certainly winding down the shot clock, and that's probably part of the reason. And probably, what a play!
Bucket right there by Almeida, taking the foul and then going to the hoop strong and finishing.
Beautiful play right there by the 4.5 classification, and she will have potential for a 3-point play.
Not sure who that foul on. I think that foul is on.
It's a third personal. Might be going against number 4, Chung. We'll look to get some clarification on that one.
I think that might have been on Long, actually. We'll have to see when the stats come up on the screen here. Almeida's been solid from the foul line as well, as you mentioned earlier, Ryan. Unfortunately missing that shot, though.
Still a 2-point play and a highlight reel bucket to go with it. Subs are now coming in as Brazil will sub in for number 6 on their team. It will be Santana subbing in. And for China, it will be number 12, Mingju Deng, who will sub back into this game. Deng with 4 points on the night, shooting 40% from the field.
Kokler calling for the ball on the offside, but no one able to make that long pass.
Santana dish down low, and can't get it to drop is Costa. Fu now. Long, dishing it off. That'll be Dang. Fu gets a nice shot right there.
Tough shot there for Fu, closely guarded by number 6, Santana. Almost the same height as her.
Just a very smart player, it seems, Fu is. She knows wherever she is, she knows the dimensions that she needs to shoot, the angles. She's on top of her game right here at the World Championships.
Definitely playing very well for China.
4 on the shot clock. Brazil need to get a shot off. The shot can't get a drop. That's a shot that Coker.
Three on two here for China now. Oh.
3 in the key is the call here against
Die just in there a little too long.
China's die, as Marnie mentioned. Now, of course, this event, Marnie, is a test event for the 2015 Toronto Paraparanim Games, which will happen next summer here in Toronto, actually at this same venue. And it's also a lead up to the Road to Rio, Brazil, of course, being the host nation at Rio 2016. So,
yeah, so those games will be a test of
and she gets it to go.
Brazil doing a good job in transition, getting out on the break early there, led by Asansu and her speed.
4:15 to go here in the third quarter of play. It's China ahead 44-28 over Brazil in this final matchup for both teams of the round robin. China most likely moving on to the quarterfinal round. Brazil, unless they have a serious comeback here in the next quarter or so, their chances are looking very slim to advance in this tournament.
Another turnover for Brazil there under the Chinese full court pressure.
We got three subs coming in for Brazil. Subbing off some of the starters here, giving them a bit of a break. By number 10 on the Brazilian squad.
Monica Santos with great finish on that high-speed layup.
Got a foul on the court here. Another interesting call here by the officials. And it'll be Chinese ball on the sidelines.
14 seconds on the shot clock here. You can see
we got a Brazilian player falling down. It'll be number 8, Da Silva. She'll need a hand, get him back up.
She's calling for time there to adjust her strapping, and you can see, Ryan, players of different classifications use a variety of different types of strapping to help with their balance and to keep them and the chair sort of as one.
This Silva, a 1.5 classification. So Germany, but not quite the repeat performance that she had from the day before. Under a minute left now in the third quarter.
Kind of getting out on the break quickly here as well. Good transition, getting the ball up. Well, that's definitely a foul.
Shot by Fu, but no foul called.
Kokler pushed her backwards right as she was shooting there, and still able to hit that shot on the fadeaway.
So
the referee blew her whistle there before the contact even happened. He was anticipating that. That foul is on number 12.
that'll be number 12, China's number 12, Mingju Deng's first personal. As quarter winds down, they're going to need to get a shot, and once again, not paying attention to the shot clock or the game clock.